Cameroon is preparing to hold elections across the country on Sunday, even though kidnapping, shootings and village burnings are the order of the day in the northwest and southwest Anglophone regions. More soldiers are pouring into the region as separatists who call themselves Ambazonians vow to disrupt the polls. The politicians are defiantly continuing their campaigns, but the people living in these regions are understandably nervous, as Randy Josa reports from Yaoundé.
This day we are celebrating
electoral campaign fever in Kambe, the only town in the troubled northwest region which has been spared the chaos of the Ambazonia Republic revolution in the rest of Anglophone Cameroon. Here, the parliamentary candidate Gerard Ngala is standing unopposed after his rivals in both the opposition and ruling parties backed out. The ruling CPDM party is seeking to maintain her crushing majority in parliament and municipal councils. But breakaway Ambazonia Republic fighters have vowed to thwart the elections. So those out on campaigns are taking enormous risks, be they members of government who must prove their loyalty to the ruling party or opposition party campaigners. Minister Rose Mba-Acha went to launch her campaign in Bengui, near the northwest regional capital Bamenda. Her convoy was ambushed on the way.
They shot at many vehicles and 5 persons were slightly wounded. Other people were shot in the head and in the hands. No one died, but why are they shooting at us? We can't go to our villages. Why are they forcing us to follow their cause? So vote CPDM and all this will stop.
Minister Achamba came to the campaign rally in an armored car, heavily escorted by soldiers. It is a similar story in other parts of the already militarized English-speaking regions, where hundreds of troops more are being deployed, amongst other things, to keep the peace. But the Ambazonia fighters have declared a week-long lockdown and are promising hell to anyone who would violate their orders. Already, several election officers and politicians, including a former senator, are in their captivity. Here, one of them is stripped naked, humiliated, and forced to confess on camera. The lockdown has since yesterday paralyzed parts of the troubled English-speaking regions. Some politicians are virtually in hiding for their safety. In some towns, no campaigns have taken place. Ahead of the lockdown, though, some campaign rallies brought mixed fortunes. Here in Kumbo, a town that has been mostly deserted, a senior civil servant jumped out of an armored car amidst tight security. She spoke to what looked like a hired crowd of young, energetic men in civilian attire, their heads all shaven to the skin. Within hours, suspected separatist fighters touched her family home. Villagers say many innocent people are being killed.
First of all, I feel very unsafe. Gunshots everywhere, rampant kidnappings, and it's very unsafe. The uprising is because of this present government. Some people have run to keep themselves safe from the kidnappings and the shootings. So they will expect these people to leave from the bushes just to come and vote. I don't think it's necessary putting people at risk at such a moment, given that there are already so many deaths in the country, military and even civilians. How do you expect people who are coming for their campaign to come in armored cars and you expect us to vote for them?
Next door, in the regional capital of Boya, the opposition SDF candidate is presenting as a messiah.
I will make sure that all my councillors who will be running this council, make sure that happens. We change. They'll have water, they'll have decent toilets. People will be free to drive on proper roads that go from their farm to their market.
Now, on the verge of elections, observers say many of these people will definitely not be voting. Yet, the Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanganji, is categorical. Elections will hold in all 58 districts in the country. So, come what may, election results will emerge from the conflict zones.
Randy Josa reporting from Yaoundé. It's 19:15 Greenwich Mean Time, and Paul Bachibinga is here with a roundup of stories making news elsewhere in Africa.